Hi everyone, it's Ms. Folkrat with your Unit 4 study guide. Let's get started. Okay, first of all, I guess I should say this is your study guide, so use it at your pace. If you have any questions, just let us know. Okay, determine the number of solutions for each systems of a linear equation. Now we know when we look at these, we're going to first look, what is our slope? We have two different slopes here. We have positive 5x and a negative 5x. We have two different slopes, so that is one solution. Number two, these are not in our precise order of y equals, but we know that 3 is our slope and we have a 6 as our slope here. 6 divided by 2 would give me 3. Let's look at our y-intercepts. We have 8 on this one and 4 for this one. If I divided 8 by 2, I would also have 4, giving us the same slope and same y-intercept, making this solution, number 2, infinite many solutions for number 2, because we have the same slope and the same y-intercept after we reduced. Okay, number 3. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2. So my slope is negative 1/3. My second equation is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 1. So I have the same slopes, but my y-intercepts are differently. This one is 2 and this one's negative 1. So same slope and different y-intercept, I know is no solution. No solution goes in this box here. Getting started here now on graph the following systems of linear equations and write the solution. Okay, so we have two things to do here. We're going to graph and then our solutions. Now, y equals, our slope is x and our y-intercept is negative 2 in this example. So we need to plot that. You start at negative 2 on your y-intercept, and then your slope is, remember there's an imaginary 1 in front of that x, so your slope is 1 over 1. So you should have something that looks like this. If I'm going to put a data point at my negative 2, I'm going to rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. All right. Remember, we want to see at least 3 data points. Let's look at our next intersection, which is y equals negative 2x plus 4. So we're going to start at 4 on our y-intercept. Here's our 4 on our y-intercept. I have negative 2. If it helps you, put that over 1. I'm going to go down 2 into the right 1. Down 2 into the right 1. Down 2 into the right 1. Okay, after filling in our lines, now our solution, we have a point of intersection here, and that is located at our x's first and then our y. We put this in parentheses, 2, 0. The 2 is at my x, and 0 is for my y-intersection. Number 5, y equals 2x plus 1, and y equals 2x minus 2. Let's start off with this first one. Y equals 2x plus 1. So remember, you're going to start with using your y-intercept here, and you're going to put a data point at 1. Your slope is 2 over 1. You don't want to squeeze it in there. So you're going to rise 2 and run 1. Rise 2 and run 1. Remember, we like to see those 3 data points. Okay. Let's see how neatly I can connect these here. All right. Our next one, we're going to start at -2, and our slope is going to be, again, 2/1. Let's start with our -2. -2, I'm going to put my data point, and our slope is 2/1. I'm going to rise 2/1, rise 2/1. Pattern sounding familiar, right? Rise 2/1. So I flipped the page on you. Okay. So with your lines looking nicer than mine, I hope you notice that we have parallel lines here. And the solution is no solution. No solution. Okay, next page. And okay, we have y equals 3x minus 4 and y equals -1/2 x plus 3. We're going to graph this and see what our solution is. We can see here we have two different slopes. We have a slope of 3 and a slope of -1/2. Two different y-intercepts. Let's start. So we're going to start with our -4. We come to our graph. We're going to chart on our -4. And our slope is 3/1 positive. So we're going to rise 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Remember, we're going to get those 3 data points. Okay. Our second one is +3. And we're going to point that on our y-intercept right here. And our slope is -1/2. So I'm going to go down 1 for my negative and to the right one. Down 1 to the right one. Down 1 to the right one. You can see we have right here, we intersected 2 lines, and we did that at 2x and 2y. Right here. Okay, let's look at these story problems. If my page will move up here. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that models the total cost for each truck rental company. Kyle is renting a 15-foot moving truck to move his new house. The first truck rental company charges a fee of $30 plus 75 cents per mile. The second truck company charges a fee of $29 plus 80 cents per mile. First truck rental company in equation. So they charge a fee of $30 and then 75 cents per mile. So let's write an equation here. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. What is our b, which is our y, which would be our constant? What stays the same in this equation? The $30, that fee of $30 is our constant, and what is changing is we're going to make 70 each mile. So let's try our equation for this. Y equals, what do you think your slope is? What changes? Our 75 cents per mile changes because we're going to be driving additional miles. And our fee, let me rewrite this. That was a mess. So we had y equals 75 times how many weeks, or how many miles, I'm sorry, plus 30 is our b, because that's our constant. The second truck rental company equation, they charge a fee of $29 plus 80 cents a mile. So y equals, what is our rate of change? What's changing? We're going to make 80 cents per mile, but we're charging a flat fee of $29. Okay, I'm going to try another one. Graph the following equations. A zoo had 2 cubs that were born on December 31st, one weighing 3 pounds and another weighing 2 pounds. The first cub was getting 6 pounds per week and the other 7 pounds per week. Okay, so let's look at this here with our cubs then. Okay, well, how are we going to set this up? That's always the first problem. How are we going to do this? So we want to look at it, what weeks were they at that weight? Okay, so what do you think? You know that we like to do charts. So let's try a chart of cub A. So I'm going to put cub A here. So cub A, we have our X and our Y. If cub A at 1 week, he weighed 9 pounds. So I'm going to just put that in here. 1 week, 9 pounds. So X is going to be our weeks and Y is going to be our pounds. Okay? So, and we know that because if we put a 1 in for 6 times X being 1 in this equation, plus 3, six times 1 plus 3 gives us 9. Okay? Let's try another week for this cub, see how much he weighed at 2 weeks. So at 2 weeks, I have 6 times 2 plus 3. 6 times 2 is 12, and plus 3 is 15 pounds. He made some good weight gain there. Let's look at our second equation. What do we have going on here? So that was cub A. Cub B now. Cub B, at 1 week, he weighed 9 pounds. So our X and our Y at week 1, 7 times 1 would be 7 plus 2 is 9. For week 2, 7 times 2 would be 14 plus 2 is 16. At which week did the cubs weigh the same amount? So we can see here both the cubs at week 1 both weighed 9 pounds. So at week 1 they weighed 9 pounds. I'm going to put LBS there for abbreviation. Sense for oh my goodness.